Hey guys, what is going on? What's going on? What's good? Hope you guys are having a big old blessed day and a blessed week. I hope so. I hope so, man. Let me just move. Not all set up. I got my setup all messed up today. Got my setup all messed up today. What was good, everyone? I think the chat is open to subscribers today. Because why not? What's good, Neb? What's going on? Naruto, Edgar, Max, M, Nina, Leon, Felix, Nikki, Beverly, Lucas, Sean, 2020, Eli, Capitalist, Zoc, Joe, Diego. What's good, everyone? What is good? So, all-time highs, I believe, here for the Nasdaq. And I want to explain, at least in part, why this week has been pretty tough. Pretty tough. I know a lot of people on Twitter are getting wrecked, which is not abnormal, but you know, even this week I think even was pretty tough for me as well. You know, outside of the absolute banger on Dow, with the exception of that, you know, Tesla broke even. Actually, if I may, if you will allow, or even save is down 9%. All right, it's up like fucking double from where we're at, so it's fine. But if I may, net flizzy, good old Netflix, baby, up 12%, 12.6%. Look at that. Look at that earnings play last night, launched 12% today. So, you know, that's the highlight of today. Possibly the highlight of the week, other than Dow. That's great. But yeah, I mean, like, save, for example. All right. It's down today. Cool. Not always fun. JP Morgan hasn't really done too much recently, so I mean, look, everything's not entirely going to be a banger. All right, so but anyway, what do we do for this afternoon? I don't know. I'm anticipating lower pricing. Hopefully you can see why. If we do not get it, I, at the same time, will not be surprised. Okay? I won't be surprised. Glad to be here. Grateful I made it today. Always miss out. Well, the recording... Oh, you're not a member. I was going to say, the recordings are there for... The most of them are saved for members only. A few of them I've left open for free, of course. I don't want to make everything a... you know, a paid thing, you know. What's good, Alex and Shen? What up? Interesting start to 2024. Well, this week I think has been the hardest week so far this year. I think it's been the toughest week. Do you guys agree, or did you guys were like, no, John, it's cool, no problem, all is well? What do you guys think? Let's do a poll today. Let's do a poll. Was it an easy or a hard week? Easy or hard? You don't have to agree with me that it was a hard week. You could have took one banger ass setup and said, it's cool, John, it was easy. You vote how you want. You don't have to vote just because that's what I think. I just want to know what you think. And the votes are hidden anyway, so I can't tell who votes opposite of, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter. outside of, I guess, the troll votes. But if you vote according to really how you feel, that would be appreciated. I want to get a consensus. What's good, Hadar? Infinity, Lee Bright, Amanda Lopez. Amanda, it's been a while. How are you, my friend? How are you? I just talked to Will yesterday as well, last night. Just talked to Will. Paulus, what up? Eli says currencies lately they have. Well, that's the key today. That's why I'm going to go over that today. Why this week has been tough for most. Because not everybody, is struggling, but we won't flex while other people are getting shitted on. That's just not professional, But it's cool. It's cool. We're all right. Indices been much clearer, in my opinion. It says Eli. Infinity says a bit rough. Wicked past my stop. Ugh, that sucks. I've been there before. It's okay. Then went in the direction I intended 3 times already. Well, journal that, my friend. Journal that, because the more you get stopped out at the low of the day or the high of the day, the more you understand manipulation. Like I think we've made our high of the day. My mouse isn't even on. See? I think this is the high of the day. I think these lows are on the table. And if they are, I'm going to make money. Period. End of story. But I did break even on the future side today. So I'm in an option short. I'm in a put option on the triple Qs, actually. I'm in a 426 put for Friday's expiry. So we got to get below 426 and I'll fucking make some bread. But it looks good. It looks good. Hopefully it doesn't come back to my entry. I hope not. I hope not, but you never know. You never know. But yeah, so that I'm actually going to put an alert down here. If TradingView is going to honor it this time, sometimes they don't. But we'll see. But it's definitely been a tough week. 2020 says it would have been harder if I didn't have this YouTube channel to go to. LOL. It was harder to hold trades into my TPs. Oh yeah, we had a 40-minute discussion yesterday on that. When to hold, when to TP, things of that nature. Which was honestly probably one of the better streams that I've probably ever done. And I don't say that to boast. I'm just saying, like, you saw what we did on Dow earlier this week. I mean, you saw we called 38,000 and that is our current. I mean, look at that. That's down here. We shorted up here and exit on the final TP was down here. I mean, you don't see everybody calling highs and lows, especially the low was a day in advance. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's difficult. And not everybody does that. It's hard. Okay. It's very, very difficult. But it's understanding where you're at in that framework, right? The roadmap. That's why I put the map as the thumbnail, Today was tricky, says Leon. No, I agree. Even today, I think it's still tricky. I still think it's tricky today. It might not run the lows. It might not do that. We'll see what we do at this new low, at this imbalance here. We'll have to see. I don't know, my friends. I never know. You never 100% know. It's just probabilities. But I think probabilities are to the downside. This would also be a good partial for Netflix, by the way. I don't know if anybody's still in that from like 2 years ago. Probably not, but it's cool. I should get rid of some, but I'll do that at the end of the day. Let me see. Last week was clean. This week, choppy, says Alex C. Yeah. And I'm going to get to why here in just a minute. Just give me a second while we do all our intros and stuff. We got 56 people on here, guys. Drop a like if you're here. We only got 14 likes. We got to get the algorithm on our side, baby. We got to get the algorithm on our side. I'm glad to hear it, Amanda. I'm glad you're doing well. Price action was a bit tricky. Yeah, I agree, Lucas. I agree. It's a hard week, but it can also be blessed week. Blessed. When you have the right mind to handle weeks like this. No, I agree. I agree. Yeah, capitalist. I'm already short. I'm already short, my friend. I'm already short. Somewhere like right in here. Somewhere like right in here. And I shorted the ETF side, but based on the futures price action. So that's why I'm telling, like, it would be difficult to point it out. Like on the triple Qs, it's gonna be similar, but not the same. So like I shorted like right in here somewhere. Like some 902s, 04s, something to that effect. And so hopefully, again, that's why I'm saying hopefully it trades lower. We're gonna see what, and that's why I had this imbalance marked up, because we could hit this and then keep trading higher. I don't think that's gonna be the case. But I guess it's going to be I mean, I don't know. What we do over the next few candles, I think is going to be important. And I haven't even looked at, look, S&P like took these lows pretty easily. Doesn't have the same downside target. That's what makes also today difficult. Ooh, 62. Look at that. Big blessed. The S&P doesn't have equal lows. If anything, the S&P has the morning low, which was a stop run in itself. So that to me is a hard target. I don't typically like doing that. I don't like it. Is the sound fucked up? Or are we good? Drop a 1 if the sound is good. Drop a 1 if the sound is good, please. I just want to make sure. For those of you that might have issues. What's good, Surat? How you doing? Today was clean, says Lee Bright, but the equal lows on Nasdaq after the bullish divergence created hesitation in my mind. Yeah, I agree. Equal highs on 1 hour GJ look good as well. Don't you expect a retracement into the imbalance before going lower? No, not this one. Not anymore. It could, but I don't think so. That might be left open. It might be left open. Clear sound. All right, cool. What's good, Electric? What's good, Solely Mate? Man, we got a lot of people on here today. I was hoping it would be like this every day. I want you guys here every day. We got to get to the hundreds, man. That's going to be when it's exciting. It's cutting in and out. Spotty. Lag. What the fuck? Is it? OBS says it's good on my end. I don't know. I guess we'll continue. For some people it's clear, for some people it's not. Well, I can't help you there. Yeah, refresh the page, says Alex. Maybe that'll work. All right. So let's get into the heart of today. What do you think? That's why I did that, Sully. Why do you think today or this week has been difficult? We got 39 votes. 77% of you said it was hard. 23% said it was easy. So almost the 80-20 principle right there. Almost the 80-20 principle at work. All right. So I'm going to let you in on a secret. Of course. I'm always going to do that. Give you the secrets. Okay? Giving you the secrets all day, every day. So if we start off with our higher time frame analysis, what's good, Martin? if we start off with the dollar index, look what it's doing. All right, look what it's doing. We have a higher high and lower lows. Yuck. Yuck. As I mentioned earlier in this week, these up candles have been it was obviously on Monday. I think I mentioned that, maybe Tuesday. I don't remember if I did say that yesterday, but it's like we have these up candles being respected. The bodies are also respecting the higher end of this imbalance. So we started trading lower. Then we anticipated on Monday that Thursday's low was ran, so it might trade higher. So if dollar happens to trade higher, if the indices have a lower objective, indices might trade lower. And then you see on Tuesday, dollar index, I think it actually went lower first and then rallied. So then we made a higher high. All right. And then you see today, what we do? Well, we took yesterday's low and ran into this inverted gap at the lower end of this overall imbalance. You see that? Let me just take the imbalance off just so you guys aren't too confused right here. Now this right here, strictly hindsight. Okay, I didn't see this in advance. Otherwise, I would have mentioned it yesterday in the market review, in which I didn't. So I'm not taking credit for this at all. But in hindsight, looking at it, what happened today? Again, we took yesterday's low and we traded into this gap here, which to me acts as an imbalance. They're not the same, but this gap saw a reaction the same way that I look at an inverted imbalance. I like when they react, then get traded through and price, they go from bullish to bearish or bearish to bullish. So we see that here. We see the gap lower. We see that that gap gets respected in a small amount. Like, it doesn't obviously sell off, but it reacts to some degree. Then it gets traded through, and today it had traded back and into it, right? So if we see dollar rallying, I don't know, the indices are rallying here at all-time highs too. So again, it's hard to say, okay? And yeah, it's trading right near, it's coming back from my entry probably. Oh well, what are you going to do? But the point is, and let me pull up this image as well. Actually, let's go back to the dollar. I don't want to see me break even. Hurt my ego. Hurt my ego. All right. So if we take everything off, if we just look at it for what it is, what has taken place for the majority of the time in January? That's a heavy consolidation. What have we been doing the last few days? Both of these are what? Consolidations. We got a lot of chat going on today. I'm gonna have to read fast. Follow the trend, but if it tanks your stop loss, slips your toast. Yeah, I agree. You remember the Bitcoin run, like it ran all-time highs and just kept eating upside? Yep. Well, that's pretty much what stocks are doing right now. Oh, indices are doing right now. Trolled us with that standard gap today. Yeah, well, that's why I think it didn't trade down there. That's just my opinion. Like that gap, that's why, to me, it wasn't traded to that, because we had this inverted gap here. And that's a really long, or that's a really large range as well. So, that's that. But anyway, the whole point, what I'm about to show you, okay, we consolidated all in here, and we're consolidating generally here late in the month as well. So we had a couple of days where we saw very large ranges. That's great. It's not going to consolidate for too long. So check this out. Check this out. I took this image on my phone, so don't bitch because it's not super HD, okay? But what I shared on Twitter, right? How I have the newest seasonal data from MRCI, the More Research Center Inc. So I probably shouldn't be sharing. I'm not going to share obviously the entire thing, but at least at a minimum, I'll show you the dollar index, which is at this specific image is the March US dollar index seasonal pattern from all the way from 1994 to the end of last year. Okay. So this is like the newest data for dollar. So look at January. Can you guys see what January is doing? Look at November, right? The darkest line I think is 15-year. The thin line is 30, and then the dotted is 5. But either way, November has basically, it's a trending market. November is like solid higher. So that's probably, November could be a bullish month, right? And then December, slightly lower. Okay, maybe a bearish month, depending, obviously, but macro perspective. So what is January doing? What is January doing? It's sideways. We have the 30-year doing higher, I guess. The 15 years sideways, and the 5-year is sideways. So they're not all three really in alignment. There's nothing that's clear about that. It's consolidation nation. Consolidation nation. So then once you see that, okay, what have we been getting? Technically, by definition, we've been having a bullish dollar. Technically, from the start of the month to where we are now, almost the end of the month, from the start to where we are now, sure, it's higher. But if you look at it, there's really only been 1, maybe 2, 3, 4, 3 or 4 solid up days. And every other day since then has been rather flat. Can you guys see that? So again, for the month, January does not have a clear direction based on the seasonal, like the average January for the last 30 years, 29, 30 years, whatever. Okay. So if you anticipate that we don't have clear direction, okay, great. We might consolidate, and we see that. So with the dollar index, again, overall bullish, sure, but it spends 80% of the days trading sideways. That's hard, man. That's hard to trade like a trending environment in consolidations. So if you're in consolidations, you guys know what that protocol is. If it's in consolidation, what's it going to do? Run highs, run low. Previous day's high, previous day's low. Previous week high, previous week low. Right? And you can literally see that. Look at these days in here. Previous high ran. Inside day, previous day's high ran, and previous day's low ran. On this day, previous day's low ran. Couple trending days, no problem. In here, previous day's low ran. Previous day's low ran. All these highs cleared yesterday, and that low yesterday, and then today, yesterday's low was cleared. So it's a lot of manipulation, a lot of clearing stops. So again, it's difficult. It's difficult. All right. So one of you asked about this imbalance here. And well, sure enough, it traded right into that. Sure enough. Sure enough. For the indices, or for Nasdaq, sorry. S&P looks horrible. It has an imbalance, but it didn't trade up into that. Oh my God, the Dow doesn't even retrace. The Dow didn't even retrace. You're horrible. You're horrible. Get out of here. That's trash. Okay, now we might sell off. It wasn't going to be a breakaway imbalance. I had to come back for that. Oh well. So I guess one of you were right, whoever mentioned that. But it's fine. If you shorted that with a stop here, it immediately has gone your direction at least, which is cool. But what's good, Stephanie? Razzle dazzle January consolidation. January playing with ours. Yeah, leave right. Oh, Zoc entered right at that imbalance. Oh, nice. But that's the thing, though, bro. Look at it. The S&P has sold off fairly aggressively from its high. The Dow is garbage, and the Nasdaq is still in the upper range of today. Strongest index, man. This is going to be the hardest one to short. And yeah, why am I shorting the bullish one? Who knows? Who knows? It's because of the target. I trust the target more, even though it's our strongest index. I just trust the target more. And if I don't get it, I don't get it. But I at least want to be able to give you guys something. Like if there is something I'm looking at, I at least want to be able to give it to you. So you can at least watch it or trade it. Because I think one of you said you traded it. But I'm not here to give financial advice. I'm just here to analyze. All right. We had equal highs above your entry on the 1 minute. Oh, did we? Did we? Oh, yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. Look at that. Entering above highs. The Y slime model. Your stop loss is my entry. Man, that was fire. Man, I didn't notice that at the time. I was trying to hurry up and start the fucking stream. It's your fault. It's y'all's fault, bro. It's y'all's fault. Okay? I could have pushed the stream, huh? Sorry. Nah, I ain't gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, now this should rip ass this afternoon. This should rip ass this afternoon. I think so. It doesn't make sense not to. But as always, guys, as always, I could be wrong. We are at all-time highs. It's hard to chart some of these waters, okay? We had a banger on Monday, Tuesday with Dow. It's you want to expect another banger? Like, bro, we got to regulate our expectations here, okay? Like a book, not every page of a book is going to be fire, but you know, especially Seneca, God, he talks a lot, but he eventually gets to those one-liners and you find them and you're like, all right, yeah, this is fire. No, Nikki, we can't have bangers every single setup. Every single setup. It doesn't happen. Does seasonality have a lot of importance for your trading style? It's important with bias. It's very important with bias and trading conditions. That's why I said a minute ago, traders, what they're trying to do, I'm just guessing, obviously I'm not in anybody's head except for my own, but I think traders are looking for runners in a market that isn't providing runners. If that makes sense, does that make sense? Man, silver too. I was going to call this out and I fucking didn't. And now I feel like an asshole. I feel like a straight asshole because we had 2284.5 as equal highs. And I was like, yeah, as soon as we start trading higher, we should look for longs. And I never mentioned it. I never mentioned it, dude. I'm sorry. Please forgive me, chat. Please forgive me, chat. But that was the play at Tuesday's London. Mitigation. Shift in price delivery, or break a structure if you want to. Imbalance, mitigation. That's the mitigation model. Ran right there. Well, it dilly-dallied for a little bit. And then today, during London, it ran straight there. And you know what's screwed up about that whole thing? Silver is mooning higher. Dude, gold is lower. Gold is lower, dude. That to me is odd. It's odd. Now, we all know that correlated markets, we all know, fall out of correlation. We get that. But to get this, where gold doesn't run the highs, okay. It runs the lows instead, great. But gold trades lower and then silver goes higher. Like, bro, that's... You just usually don't see that, is what I'm saying. That usually gold and silver are up or down together, or maybe slight difference, but not a whole gold down 0.7%, silver up 1.3%. Like that's a big difference there. So I don't know. But yeah. You said Nasdaq 100 is melting. Is it? Don't get me excited, bro. Don't get me all fucking excited now. We did make a new low. I don't know who shorted up there, but if it was me, that new low is one partial. Absolutely not trading advice. If I was in from that imbalance, that new low here, in my opinion, in a demo account, would be a take partial for studying purposes only. If we do happen to trade here, 17,688 and a quarter, at least one tick below that, would be another partial to watch, to study. Okay, not financial advice. But we'll see. We shall see. But good job for watching it solely, because I'm trying to be a little bit more balanced. I'm trying to, watch. I know most of you probably don't like trade indices only. You probably look at currencies and whatever other shit. So see, look at Dow here. You see the weakness right here? Dow's making a new low from the morning, and S&P hasn't done that. And then Nasdaq is definitely higher. So that would also, in my opinion, qualify for a partial, because I don't know if this ends up being accumulation, but it could be. So if this ends up being accumulation and this thing moons higher, or at least you partial at a low, right? We discussed that yesterday. We went very in depth on that yesterday. This is why it's difficult to short strong markets, because you're seeing it. All right. Like, you're seeing the strength here. It's not really making lower lows other than this short-term low. But that's at least an opportunity to make money, or, at least probably to go break even as well. If I was in from up here, I would definitely go break even at a new low. Oh yeah. Why hold open risk? That's just silly to me. I don't like holding open risk. But that's just personal. Okay, we're all different. I only expect to not get my ass handed. Oh, well, I can't help you there, bro. You're gonna take L's, or like break evens. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. All right. I can't see a mitigation candle line. What are we talking about, Electric? What chart are we talking about with that comment, my friend? But anyway, while you put that into the chat, let me just try to sum up everything in one sentence or two. It's been a difficult week for most people. Okay, even for myself, it's been difficult. Earlier in the week, I said dollar index, I don't know what it wants to do. I said, I don't fucking know. One of you asked, we're at all-time highs for indices. What do we do? I said, I don't fucking know. Even though Dow had its short, great, but we see indices higher today, right? So when the dollar is consolidating, when the dollar doesn't have a clear direction, it's hard to say what other things are going to do, right? When the dollar does this shit, go look at the other currencies. Well, I'll show you NZD in just a minute. I was bullshitting around last night with it, and I'll show you what I did for like 10 pips. I mean, it was stupid. Look at British pound. Look at British pound. Oh my God. It's been in a 200 pip range for like a month and a half. Horrible. It ran back into this gap after it ran liquidity on the 17th. But really no clear direction here either, other than doing what? Running previous day's highs and lows. And if you can trade based on that, great. Buying below old lows, shorting above old highs, you know, things like that. Like if you were, I don't have the dividers on here, but I'll just give you a quick example. Like daily equal lows ran, market trades higher, and then like looking for retracements, you know, to go to a new high, like some shit like that. Okay. But it's just not ideal for sustained price moves. There's a lot of give and take, right? Gives, takes, gives, takes, gives, takes. All these lows, and then runs up for a new high, and now it's trading for a new low. Like it's gyrating. Like if you guys have ever been in a boat out in the middle of the ocean, it's gyrating so much. And sometimes you'll get like this was a sustained move yesterday. That like it ran the lows, imbalance to run new highs, like sure. But that's what I'm saying is you have to understand the conditions that you're in. If the dollar is sideways, it's hard. It's very difficult. Okay. The only thing I have on New Zealand, this was just so stupid. I'm like falling asleep bullshitting in a demo account last night. The two down candles right here up to like these highs and then this new high, I guess, but it was just dumb, right? Because this was longing in like the high end of a premium, which I probably would never do. That's why it was part of it was on demo as well. But runs a low, leaves low resistant highs, trades down into this imbalance, and then starts to rally for these highs. So then it's like, okay, cool. Down candle should be respected. Bam, that's the long right there at midnight. Like in midnight, bro. Rallies, retraces, and then you see where it's at. It ended up trading higher, retracement, and then one more rally. But this entire thing is not a lot. From that right there to like these highs was like 5 pips. This high right here is like 15 pips. Like that's nothing, dude. But I still wanted to watch it and engage at least to some capacity. So, but yeah, it's a hard environment, dude. Starts with the dollar, seasonality if you want to, knowing the conditions that you're in. When you know your conditions, you know what type of setups to look for. Does that make sense? Is everybody with me on that? Are we in agreement with that? I don't even know why I had that low there anymore. I don't know what that is. But yeah, we'll watch this for a few minutes, see if we can get some alerts to pop off, or if not, then we won't. I'm already BE and took partials after we got lower. I'm a bit behind on the feed, the NQH. Oh shit, what was your question? You can't see a mitigation on the Nasdaq? Well, this looks pretty horrible. These two down candles here. Cleanliness, it ain't there, in my opinion. It's not there. But it still has the formation though. High, low, higher high that distributed. Trades lower, even closes lower. No imbalance in here, but the imbalance is up here, which it did reach for. So study that. I usually don't point this out, but this is interesting even to me. Okay? Watch this. The mitigation is respected with the body, but it reached for the imbalance. That's kind of cool. It's kind of weird, but it's kind of cool. Right? Because my mitigation model is the imbalance inside of mitigation. There's more to it, but that's the ideal entry technique with that. But the imbalance is above it here. But we see how it respects both. You guys see that? It trades into the imbalance, but respects the mitigation. That is interesting. That is interesting. So we'll see if we get a little 12-point run here. 12, 13-point run from here. And then talking about capitalists. Bullish imbalance. The one that I pointed out here. Right here. What do we label it? Green, right? You're talking about this? That imbalance right there? Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. I said we're at this imbalance. I don't know if this is going to be bullish to go higher. Like, it could do that. I also said earlier, I think this is the high of the day. But if we are bearish, we want to see bullish concepts disrespected, in which we do see that here at 1235. It trades through that. Absolutely. So this to me is not bullish anymore. Like this is toast. Right? Also at the same time, where's our ranges at? Let's put our ranges up here, which is really just 50%. It's the equal lows or the low resistant lows consolidation up to the distribution highs. Where is 50%? Whatever that price level is. 17,715.75. Okay. This imbalance is, by definition, it's in the discount end of a premium. So that's a premium market. It's just the discount end of a premium though. You see what I'm saying? So you typically don't want to long in a premium. I say typically because there's still going to be scenarios where you can. Like with New Zealand, like when I was bullshitting with New Zealand, that I was definitely longing at the premium end of a premium, but it was right before the liquidity run. That's the only justification for that. Down candles being respected in bullish markets, sure, but your risk reward is watered down, or your stop loss has to be really, really tight. But anyway, the whole point is this is in the upper range. So you're buying in a premium market versus like, this is why it's labeled red, because this is definitely a premium of a premium. Okay. I don't want to take everything off because we have the alerts here, but if we can switch to micros, I'll do that. All right. So let me delete everything here. This is what I mean by discount end of a premium. This is what I mean. you have 50% of the current range, okay? The current intraday range, the equal lows, low resistant lows from our equities open, up to this distribution high. That's the 50 to 100% or 50 to 0%, whatever. But you can take it even further and divide it in half again. So you could say there's 50% down to, or excuse me, that's the range high to the 50%. So this is what I mean. Okay. And then even down here, you can do the same thing. Or you could just have a fib that has all the levels on it for you. But obviously I'm taking things the long way today. Okay. This right here is what I mean. Your premium is here. And then your premium of the premium is here. You see what I'm saying? Your discount is here. Right? And then your discount of the discount is here. And we take all this off because this is getting a little bit messy. And it looks almost like an indicator, doesn't it? Kinda. This is what I mean. All right. I'm only going to do this one time. I'm never going to do this again because this is a lot of work. I can't even spell. Actually, we're going to put that in the middle. And this we're going to send to the back. Okay. Then we have discount. There we go. Oh shit, I just did the wrong one. Damn it. All right. Fuck all that writing. The higher end of the higher end, the higher end of the lower end. Okay? And then your fair value or 50% or what have you. Okay? So now you see why when I say premium end of the premium, that's what I'm saying. It's the upper 50% of the 50%. Right? So look at that response there. Beautiful. That new partial, or excuse me, the new low for a partial is right at 50%, maybe into the discount. Bam. You're selling high and buying low. Perfect. Okay, perfect. This new low is where? It's at a discount. Right? If it gets there, I don't know. This is live price, okay? It doesn't have to. I could be totally wrong. It's always on the table. But 17,688 even is in a discount. We want to take partials if it gets there. And then obviously the consolidation here and low resistant lows is external range liquidity, which is beyond the discount. That's ideal. Make sense? So this is what it looks like in visual format. Okay? I don't expect you to take 5-10 minutes, draw out all these boxes and labels and colors to match. I mean, you can preset obviously, but or what you could do is you could take a fib. Boom. Right? You could take a fib and have that 25, 50, 75. 25 is your premium. 50 to 0 is premium. 50 to 75 is premium end of the discount. And then 75 to 100 is discount of the discount. So it's just a logic. Okay? It's a logic. So, right? Because what we could do is say, screw all that. Done. Simple. So the fibs, this is not traditional fibs. It's not traditional like 618, 786, 886. Like I'm not looking for buys in here because I'm looking for the market to seek the liquidity beyond the current range that we're in. Okay. This imbalance technically is in a premium. Okay. That was the first one. It could trade into that. These up candles are also in a premium. So we're getting near the end of the stream, obviously, but I'm just saying it's like if you're looking like, okay, maybe I still want to short, but I didn't get in up here. So I'm now, I'm looking for still an entry to go short in a premium market. This up here, like these up candles, this imbalance, like that could be a late short if you still think it's going to go lower. But now I will say this, okay? I am still sticking to the idea that I might not be right. Because remember, if we flip through the indices, right? We've been watching a lot of Nasdaq, but we flip through the indices. S&P hasn't made a new low yet, only cleared some of these previous lows. Great. But remember, Dow Jones has cleared a lot of lows. It's cleared a lot of lows. The Nasdaq hasn't done that. So it may not sell off. I think it will. I still think it will. With what I said earlier, I'm sticking to that until proven wrong. I think this is the high of the day. I think this is going to rip ass in a PM session. We have 2 hours left in the day because the entire PM session is here. My PM session. Because some people count 12 to 3. Some people count, I'm Central Time, by the way. Some people say 12:30 to 3. Whatever. Then you got your final hour in here. So this is the framework for today. High of the day. I shorted a little bit early. Whatever. All right. And then premium, imbalance, mitigation. We should see a sell-off. All right. I can't justify longs because of equal lows and consolidation lows. I don't want to long. I can't justify longs. So if I can justify a reason to short and I disqualify going long, well, there's your high probability logic of, okay, well, it's more likely to do one thing than another. That's what Mark Douglas talks about. Probabilities. Thinking that one thing is more likely than something else. I just gave it to you. And that's it. So yeah. If you guys have any more questions, now's the time, because I'm pretty much done. I'm pretty much done with the stream today. So any last minute questions? Now is the time. Now is the time. I want to see us make a new low so we can like partial and then leave. I've been kind of waiting for that. Or open up the hours right here anyway, so it might not do that. But a partial or a TP is usually pretty solid right before you get off the stream, you know? It's kind of like I don't know. It's like draining a 3 right before halftime. I don't know. So, if there are no questions, that is going to be a wrap. We have, I think we had like 3 people join the Discord today. So shout out to you guys for getting in there. If you're a member, if you have a subscription to this channel, if you have a membership and you have not joined the Discord, you're missing out. That's, you know, one of the many benefits that you get besides the market reviews, the sniper badge, the member only videos, the member only live streams, like the recordings, you get all that, right? So if you're not in the Discord, you first get a membership, Jorks. Okay. It's only $25 a month USD. Once you get that, you go to your Discord user settings, then you go to connections, and then you sign into your YouTube channel there. That's how you connect it. Once you do that, Discord will show you the chat, like the channel to join. And then that's it. Then you're in there. Then you just verify yourself. You press the green check under the verify tab. And then you're in there like swimwear. It's simple. We will see if February will bring better trading chances. I mean, I still think this week has been fairly clean. Shorts from up here is fairly clean. See how it's not really rallying all that much? We're seeing large down candles, small up candles. Large down candles, small up candles. That's a sign of a weak market or a bearish market. The market typically is not just going to have a one. It's not just going to one line it lower. Sometimes it does. We've seen that. We've seen that before, but it doesn't always do that. It's a controlled demolition, just like 9/11. All right, just like 9/11. It's a controlled. They got to do it in a manner that, you know, it's efficient. That's why it takes so long. And sometimes the patience, like part of me, my internalization is hurry up and go lower. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Let me profit. Let me profit. That's how we are. Okay. But you got to say, no, we got to allow the market to pan out. It took time to go higher. It's going to take time to go lower. And that's the hardest part when you understand how the markets work. For me, at least. All right. Now, with that being said, y'all be good. And I will see you on Thursday's our next market review. Friday is our next live stream. Okay? So be blessed. And I'll see you then. Hey, there's partial, baby. If you guys are still here, that's a new low. That's a partial, baby.